Hello learners. In this lecture, we are going to learn about importing and exporting file formats from Revit and into Revit. Okay. So here into the file option, we have options for export as well as from here under the insert tab, we have options for importing various kinds of file formats. Okay. So we'll learn both of them one by one. So firstly, before moving ahead, we'll just export the data that we have created. Okay, we have created a couple of sheets here. So we'll try to learn how to export the Revit data that the sheets we have created into the PDF format and a drawing format. So how to do it? So firstly, we will check how to export the sheets in the drawing format. So go to file here and under the export, you need to select the CAD format. So we are going to convert or export the data into the DWG format. So click on DWG. A small window will pop up here. So here you have option either to select from the current view or sheet only, or you can explore all the in-session views and sheets available. So let's go for all session, all views and sheets in the sessions. And from here, let's select all sheets in the view or sheets in the model. So currently we have two sheets. If you want any particular view apart from the sheets that can be added include in the drawing format, you can just click on views in the model, and if you want any particular view to be exported in the drawing format, you can add it. So let's say I need only uh, to create a drawing of this particular floor plan, that is floor plan level 0 duplicated. So what I will do, just click this one and click on next. So here let's create a folder, or let's say we have a folder of export. We will just add the drawing into the exported folder. So let's say level 0 duplicated. Okay, the file format should be like as per your preferences, and always make sure you uncheck this one. Okay, and click OK. Name of the file level 0 duplicated. Okay, so we are exporting only the particular view and not the entire set of drawings. Okay, so you can see here. Let's go to the data again. Now you can see we have only the level 0 the view that we have duplicated is visible. So but as it's linked with other views, the other sheets are also printed, but we don't need that. Currently we only need the level 0 duplicated plan. So in this way you can print or export a single view that you wish into a drawing format. Now let's check how to export the sheets that are present in the Revit model. So we have two sheets here, sheet 1 and sheet 2. Let's go to file again, export CAD format, that is drawing here. And here now we'll select, instead of using the sheets, let's uncheck this one, or else this would be also printed or exported. Let's say select sheet in the model. We have sheet 1, sheet 2, and both are checked. So let's click on next. And here, let's name it as plans. Okay, uncheck this one. Keep this as level 2007. Okay. So my sheet 1 is now also exported and sheet 2 is now also exported. So in this way, you can export the data that are present in the sheet view into a drawing format. Okay. So now let's check how to export the sheet data into a PDF format. So to do that, the shortcut is Control P. Press Control P. Here we have to select the printer. So let's go by default Microsoft to PDF. So here you need to select a option whether you need to club every view into a single format or create a separate PDF for each view. Okay, so let's go for combining everything. Let's select the views and sheets that are present in the model. So we are going to select only the sheets, sheet 1 and sheet 2. Okay, now as you have selected the required data that you need to print, you have set with sheet 1 and sheet 2. Let's click on OK and go for the setup. Here we need to select the printer here as also. So let's go by default. Let's set the size as tabloid. If you are using any plugins that wherein you can have different types of page sizes here. Okay, so as I'm not using any plugin here, I'm going ahead with the tabloid. So now you need the paper placement for your PDF printing. So let's keep it fit to page here, and Let's keep it center. You can choose offset from center with no margin, or you can zoom it to the extent of the page as per your requirements. Okay. So let's keep it as center and fit to page. You can even check the quality of the PDF. If you want the quality as high, medium, low, or presentable, you can check it from here. If the orientation needs to be a portrait or landscape, you can toggle this between. And for further, if you need to show the reference planes, or if there are any scope boxes that you need to show, or any crop boundaries that you need to show, you can uncheck these ones. Okay. So as you're set with all your settings, let's click on OK and OK. So here we will go to export again and name it as sample PDF and save it. Now Revit will export the data that we have selected into PDF. So let's go back again, and we have here we have the sample PDF created. Let's open it. Now you can see sheet 1 is printed along with the legends and all the stuff that we have included. See, here we have the schedules also. So here is the sheet 2. So in this way, the sheet or the PDF printing can be done. So one more thing before we move ahead, we can even export the Revit data into a IFC format. So to do that, let's go to a 3D view. Let's open a 3D view. So now in order to export the Revit data into an IFC format, so IFC stands for Industry Foundation Classes. So what does it mean? So as we are working in a Revit project, the extension would be .rvt. So it's not necessary that every software will support the file format for import and export purpose. So there is a common format, that is IFC. By using this common format data, that is IFC, you can export or import the data between other software platforms. Okay, so .rvt file format won't be able to use in a CAD, other CAD softwares, or any relevant BIM software, and vice versa. So in order to exchange the data between other softwares and make it compatible for data migration, so we can use the IFC format. So to export the Revit data into an IFC format, all you just need to go into 3D view, make sure you have turned off the unwanted data. Let's click this on. Okay, select everything, go to the file, export, and here we have IFC. Let's click on IFC. Okay, so here we can browse the file path where you need to save the IFC. If you want to modify the setup, you have certain versions of IFC. You can toggle between those if required. Let's go for the default and let's export. It's converting all the elements into IFC file format. Okay, so now the export is completed, and you can see here there is an IFC file created. Okay, so in this way you can check or create a IFC file based on your Revit model. So if we need to check whether the IFC file is correct, that is correctly exported, we need to import it into a new file to check it. So we'll now see how to import various kinds of different file formats into a Revit project. So I'll just close this one. And let's create a new project from scratch. Let's create a new project with construction template. Okay, so let's go for any floor plan. Let's go to level 0. I'll just turn the cropping off. So here, as we go to the insert, we have a couple of options of linking Revit file, linking IFC, linking CAD, linking the images, and also importing the CAD image PDF. Okay, so the difference between import and linking is a thin margin between there. So link, as the name suggests, we are linking the file to our Revit project. So link and import also works in the same manner, but there is a thin gap in between those import and linking option. Whenever you link a particular file, even if the source file gets changed in terms of data, whether there is any modification for that source file, any linked file would be linked uh, in the same manner, because there, as even if the data is changed, there won't be any discrepancies for the data that you have inserted into the Revit. But whenever you import something, then even if the source file gets data changed, there won't be any change that are visible into the Revit imported file, because there is no link between the previous imported file and the recently saved import file. Okay, so whenever you have any data change or possibility of data change with respect to any of the file format that you are importing, it's better to go with the linked option rather than going for the import option, because even if there is change in the main source file, those same changes would be incorporated into the linked files, and the same results would be shown into a Revit. So you don't need to check again and reinsert those files back into Revit again. But the same, if you just select and opt for the import option, then you have to recheck and link or re-import the files into a Revit. So there is a difference between linking and importing. So let's check either of them. So we have exported CAD format as well as the IFC, and also we have a Revit file as well. So let's try to link and we'll just take an example of PDF and images as well. So let's try to link or import any of these file formats into Revit. So let's go ahead and select link CAD. So here we have to browse uh, the file that we need to link with. So here we have the drawing that we have exported. Only now, if you need to place the drawing into only the current view, that is level 0 floor plan, you just need to check this box, that is current view. If you uncheck this one, then the same link would be copied into multiple views. Okay, so there would be a blunder. So let's keep it current view only, and let's move ahead. So here for positioning, if you want to make it auto center to center, or by origin to internal origin, or keep it by shared coordinates auto, you can go for these options. Or if you want the manual center or manual origin position, you can do it manually as well. Okay, so let's go ahead using auto origin to origin and hit OK. Now you can see the CAD file is now linked. So if you just want to, as we hover over the CAD file, there is a blue box that is visible around the CAD, that it shows it's a linked file. Okay, it shows it's a linked file. If you just uncheck this select link option, then even if you hover your mouse over the CAD link, you are unable to select this because you have disabled selecting the links. Okay, so using this option, you can select and deselect the selecting link options. Okay, so let's enable it again, and now you can see we are able to select the CAD instance that you have linked. So let's unpin it when the link is pinned. Okay, so in that case we are unable to move it, but once you have unpinned it, we can move it anyhow. Okay, so in this way you can import or link the CAD. So here we have checked the linking CAD. Similarly, we can import the CAD as well. The only difference is whenever the source file data is changed, then for link, whenever you have linked it, you don't need to worry about relinking it. But if you have imported it, then the new changes won't be incorporated into your existing file, and you need to import the CAD file format again. So here you can check the scale also. Let's check the dimensions. Okay, it's 4000. And if you want to check the inner dimensions, you can do that as well. Okay, so here the units are matching. If you want to scale it, let's say the file format that you have imported is of different scale. Okay, let's say this file format is of different scale. So in order to check the scaling, you need to just measure the differences. Measure the, that is a dimension that are present. So there is a difference in this dimension. It's 3000 mm, but my actual dimension read it as something 11,000 mm. So there is a discrepancy. You can check horizontal dimensions as well as vertical dimensions. So let's check one horizontal dimension as well. Let's check this grid. So you can see there is still a discrepancy in the scaling. So we can check, as we have checked it, we can uh, comment it as an incorrect scale, because the imported or the linked data has a change in scale which is not exactly representing it. Okay, so in order to change the scale or maintain the scale correct, we need to rescale the link data. So to do that, select the link, go to scale, and make sure you have the correct dimensions of the 2 points that you are selecting for scaling. So let's say I have data of the grid 1 and grid 2. The distance between those two is 4000 mm. So let's go to select the scale again, and the first point would be grid 1 and my second point would be grid 2, and I will just type 4000 mm. Okay, now the CAD format is scaled. You can see here the dimension that was reading something like 11-12,000. Now it's changed to 14,000. And here also you can see the 3000 is represented correctly between grids D and C. So in this way, you can scale your any linked or imported data. So as you have seen, the linking of CAD. Similarly, you can import that as well. Go to import CAD and select the instance. Okay. You can see the CAD is now imported. The only difference is here, the whenever the source file has any change in the data, then if you have linked, you don't need to worry because it would be corrected, like the data would be corrected and linked correctly back again into the Revit file, but there won't be any uh, updation into your imported file. You need to re-import it. So both look same whenever you import or whenever you link the format. Okay, so let's delete this or let's keep it. Okay, so now we have seen we have created an IFC. So let's link that as well. Go to the 3D view. Let's hide them. Okay. So now here we have option for linking the IFC. Go to the link IFC and we have created an IFC of project 1. Select it, open. It takes a bit of time to link the IFC. Now you can see the same model that we have created earlier is now represented, but it's in the form of IFC. Okay. So in this way, you can link the IFC as well. Now let's delete it, remove link. Okay. Now let's try to link a Revit file that you have created earlier. So click on link the Revit file, and the Revit file was somewhere here. So select the source and click open. So now you can see the Revit file which you have worked on previously is now linked in a new project file. So you can link multiple Revit files into a single project file in this way. Okay. Now, as we have seen, linking. Similarly, you can import those entities. No issue with importing as well. So if you want, you can import images as well. So let's go to click on import image. And here we have an image. Let's open it and all you need to just place it. So we can access the size of the image from here using the shape handles. You can resize the image if needed. Okay. So in this way, you can import image as well. So there are few more stuff like linking topography, linking point cloud data, or any coordination model. The same works uh, somewhere less or more in the similar fashion that we have seen for linking the Revit file IFC or CAD, even the import image. So in this way, you can import all these stuffs into a Revit project file. Even you can export the data if required. Okay. And if you want to check what all the links or what are elements that are linked in your current model, you can go and check in the manage links. Okay. So here we have the manage links. Just left click on it. So if you can see, we have linked the Revit file. Okay. So under the Revit tab, the Revit file that we have linked is shown. So we have the path. Okay. So if you don't want to show the Revit file or the linked Revit file into your current model, all you just need to unload it. Okay. You have unloaded it, or you can just simply remove it. Okay, you can remove it. So by removing it, there won't be any link available. As you can see, let's control Z it. Or else just let's relink it again. Let's link it back. So we have linked the Revit file again. Okay, as you can see here. Now if I go to manage link again, and instead of removing it, if I don't want the geometry to be seen, okay, so I just unload it and press OK. So my link is still present because relinking it may be a different task and it may create some complexities. So I want the link and the path to be saved inside Revit, but I don't want to see any geometry. In that case, you can unload it. Okay, you can unload it. If you want to reload it, you can just simply click reload, and the same would appear back again. Okay, and if you just want, if the path is changed, that is the file path is changed, you can just click reload from, and you can reselect the Revit file. And if you don't want any Revit link present, simply you can just remove it. Okay, and there won't be any link present. So in this way, the manage link works. Similarly, for the IFCs as well, or the CAD formats, or any other format that you have linked, those links would appear here. So there was an image that you have imported. So here you can check this image. Similarly, you can just reload it and remove it from here also, or else you can just simply go and delete it from the particular view also. Okay, so you can manage all these links that are imported into a Revit file based on the managed links data here. Okay, so with this, we can conclude the import export lecture. Hope you enjoyed learning. Thank you.